If you are here, with those words echoing in the quietest chambers of your heart, I need to forgive myself. It is because your soul is ready to come home. This message is not an accident. It is a divine appointment. It is the beginning of a sacred release you have been praying for, perhaps without even knowing the words. This is the moment the light finds the crack you thought was a flaw. It is a message for the woman who has carried the weight of yesterday into 1,000 different tomorrows. For the heart that keeps a silent running tally of its own mistakes. For the soul that knows the hollow ache of self-blame. The one that whispers in the dead of night, replaying a scene, a word, a choice, over and over again, like a ghost that will not rest. You know this ghost. It visits when you are tired, when you are vulnerable, when a moment of joy feels too bright, too undeserved. It reminds you of the person you were, of the thing you did, of the trust you broke. Most painfully, the trust you broke with yourself. It is a heavy cloak, woven from threads of regret and shame. And you have worn it for so long you've forgotten the warmth of the sun on your own skin. You have believed its weight was your punishment, your penance, the price you must pay to prove you are sorry. But what if I told you that cloak was never meant to be your forever garment? What if its purpose was not to punish, but to push? To push you toward a depth of grace you could never have discovered otherwise. Stay with me. Your heart knows this truth. This is not another message about forgetting. This is a sacred invitation to remember who you are without the weight. Your journey is sacred. If this message resonates with a truth in your own heart, honor it in the comments below. I am here to bear witness to your story. To begin the journey of self-forgiveness, we must first be honest about the landscape we have been living in. It is a desolate place, is it not? A private, barren land where the only crop that grows is regret. In this place, you are both the prisoner and the guard, the judge and the accused, the wound and the salt that is rubbed into it. You have memorized the story of your failure. You can recite it word for word, complete with every painful emotion, every collateral damage. You have held it up to the light, examined it from every angle, not to learn, but to condemn. This is the difference between remorse and shame. Remorse, beloved, is a sacred engine. Remorse looks at the past and says, "That was not right. That was not the highest version of me. I will learn from this. I will grow from this. I will not cause that harm again, to others or to myself." Remorse is a catalyst. It is the holy fire that purifies. It honors the past by promising to build a better future. It is active. It is alive. It is a force of transformation. But shame is a stagnant swamp. Shame looks at the past and says, "I am not right. I am not the highest version. I am the harm." Shame doesn't build a future. It chains you to the past. It turns a chapter into the entire book. It makes a single act the definition of a soul. And the great lie, the most insidious whisper from this place of shame, is that holding on to it, living in it, is a noble act, that it proves how sorry you are. Have you felt this too? The belief that your suffering is somehow a payment for the suffering you may have caused? It is a lie woven from the threads of our deepest insecurities. To live in shame is not noble. It is, in the quietest way, a profoundly selfish act. When I first heard this, my heart resisted. Selfish? Me? The one who replays every mistake, who denies myself peace out of respect for the pain I've caused? How could that be selfish? But let us sit with this gently. When our eyes are locked on our own shame, on our own unworthiness, on our past failings, who are we truly focused on? We are focused on ourselves. We are trapped in the story of me, the broken one. We are so consumed with the maintenance of our own guilt that we cannot lift our eyes to see what is needed from us now. We cannot offer the world the wisdom we have gained. We cannot love our families with a whole and present heart. We cannot be a source of grace for others because we deny it so fiercely to ourselves. Your family does not need you to be a living monument to a past mistake. They need you, the real you, the learning, growing, healing you, to be present with them today. Your community, your friends, the world, does not need you to hide your light in shame. It needs the unique compassion that is forged only in the fires of profound personal failure. To stay in shame is to rob the world of the gift that your healing could be. Lifting your eyes from shame to grace is not selfish. It is the ultimate act of service. It is saying, "The wisdom I have paid for with my tears will not go to waste. The compassion I have learned from my own brokenness will now be a well for others." This is not a simple flip of a switch. I know that. The path out of that swamp is a journey. It begins with acknowledging the fracture. We all have them. Fractures in our soul, in our history, in our hearts. For years, you may have been running on a fracture, functioning, achieving, smiling, all while a deep internal crack was spreading. You might have become a master of overcompensation. You poured your energy into your work, into your children, into being perfect in one area of your life to distract from the area that was burning to the ground in private. You told yourself you could outrun the pain, that if you just ran fast enough, the lies you told yourself, the lie that you were okay, the lie that it didn't matter, the lie that you could handle it alone, would somehow become true. But the truth about fractures is that they don't heal by being ignored. They deepen. And the lies we tell ourselves to survive eventually become a prison we cannot escape. The dread of being discovered, the weight of the secret, the constant low-level anxiety. It is an unbearable weight. It is not a way to live. It is merely a way to exist, and your soul is calling for more than mere existence. It is calling for life. The first step toward healing that fracture is to stop running, to stand still, to put the shovel down. You have been digging a hole for yourself, thinking you were burying a secret, but all you have been doing is burying your own light. Today, you stop digging. You put the shovel down, and you dare to look up. And what do you see when you look up? You see a sky that has been waiting patiently for you. You see the possibility of a new dawn. This is where the alchemy begins. There is a sacred truth that the wise have known for ages. The moment you can take more from the hardest thing in your life than it took from you, your life will change forever. Read that again. The moment you can take more from it than it took from you. For a long time, that devastating chapter, that painful choice, that season of failure, it took everything. It took your peace, your confidence, your reputation perhaps. It took your sense of self. It took relationships. It left you with nothing but the rubble of a life you once knew, and you have been sitting in that rubble, mourning what was lost. That is a necessary part of the journey. Grieve it, honor the loss, but do not build your new home there. Your invitation now is to become a sacred alchemist, to look at the rubble not as a graveyard, but as a quarry, a place to find the raw materials for your new life. You are telling me, the voice in your head might say, that I can take more from this, that the worst thing that ever happened to me can become a source of power? Yes, that is exactly what I am telling you. The shame you felt? You can take from it a profound, unshakable empathy for others in their own shame. The loneliness of your secret? You can take from it the courage to create truly honest, vulnerable relationships for the first time in your life. The loss of your reputation? You can take from it the freedom of no longer living for the approval of others. The breaking of your own heart? You can take from it a compassion so deep and so real that it becomes your greatest gift to the world. This is not a pretty story to cover up the pain. This is the deepest magic. It is the art of soul-making. You take the lead of your pain, and you learn to spin it into the gold of wisdom. You know another woman who is walking this same path in silence. Share this message with her not just as a video, but as a quiet offering of understanding, from one lighthouse to another. So how do we begin this work? This sacred alchemy? It begins with a decision. Forgiveness is not a feeling. If you wait to feel like forgiving yourself, you will wait forever. Feelings are fickle. They are the weather. The decision to forgive is the bedrock beneath the weather. It is a choice you make, a stake you put in the ground, a line you draw in the sand. It is a declaration to your own soul and to the divine that says, I will no longer participate in my own punishment. I am ready to learn a new way. You might make this decision 100 times a day in the beginning. You will make it when the ghost of the past comes visiting at 3 a.m. You will say, I have decided to forgive myself. And you will turn your attention to your breath. You will make it when someone's words trigger that old feeling of unworthiness. You will say, I have decided to forgive myself. And you will place a hand on your heart. This is the daily walk. It is the follow-through. And it is not glamorous. It is the slow, tedious, grueling, beautiful work of rebuilding. Think of yourself as a farmer of your own soul. For decades, perhaps, you have been planting seeds of self-criticism, shame, and regret. You cannot expect a harvest of peace and self-love after one day of planting new seeds. You must be patient with the soil of your heart. You must give your best self at least as much time as you gave your worst self. You spent years destroying. Give yourself years to build. And what does that building look like? It looks like investing in the new version of you. That is the ultimate evidence that you have forgiven yourself. When you start to invest your time, your energy, your love, your resources into the woman you are becoming, instead of the woman you were. What does this new forgiven woman need? Does she need silence? Give her a few minutes of it each morning. Does she need to move her body? Take her for a walk, not to punish her, but to feel the life in her limbs. Does she need to learn something new? Buy her the book. Sign her up for the class. Does she need to be in nature? Take her to the ocean, to the forest, and let her breathe. Every time you make a choice that honors the woman you want to be, you are casting a vote for your own healing. You are watering the new seeds, and you may not see the growth for a while. It will feel like nothing is happening. You will still feel broken some days. You will still feel hurt, but you are not going backwards. You are healing. You are better than you were yesterday. You are still here. You are still trying. And those, beloved, are the seeds. And if you plant enough of those seeds, the rain will come. The divine is faithful to water the seeds you plant. You cannot stop the dawn from coming. The only question is, what have you put in the ground? So let us, right here, in this sacred, quiet moment, let us do the work. Find a place where you can be still, even if just for a few moments. Close your eyes, or soften your gaze. Take a breath that goes deeper than the surface. A breath that finds the tight, hidden places in your body where you store this pain. And as you exhale, I want you to give that breath a sound, a sigh, a release. Let us enter the sanctuary of the heart, the holy ground where the truest healing occurs. We are going to offer a prayer, a blessing, a ritual of release for the woman you were. See her in your mind's eye, the one who made the mistake, the one who didn't know better, the one who was in pain, in fear, in survival mode, the one you have been judging so harshly for so long. See her not with judgment, but with the soft eyes of a loving mother looking at a frightened child. She is not your enemy. She is the lost part of you that needs to be brought home. Let the words flow, either silently in your heart or whispered on your breath. To the woman I was, the one who was doing the best she could with what she knew. I see you, and I forgive you. To the woman who spoke when she should have been silent, and the woman who was silent when she should have spoken, I see you. I release you from the courtroom of my mind. I forgive you. To the woman who broke a promise, to another or to herself, out of fear, out of brokenness, out of a desperate need to feel seen or safe, I see your pain, and I forgive you. To the woman who didn't know how to love herself, and so could not fully receive love from others, I wrap you in compassion, and I forgive you. To the woman who trusted when she should have been cautious, and the woman who built walls when she should have built a bridge, I understand, and I forgive you. To the woman who passed down a hurt because she herself was hurt, the one who continued a pattern because she didn't know how to break it, I release you from the chain of blame. The healing starts now. I forgive you. To the woman who felt she had to lie to survive, who hid parts of herself because she thought they were unlovable, I bring you out into the light now. You are worthy of the whole truth, and I forgive you. I take back the energy I have spent judging you. I take back the life force I have wasted on replaying your mistakes. I reclaim it now for my healing. I reclaim it now for my peace. I reclaim it now for my becoming. That chapter is not my whole story. Your choices are not my final definition. Your pain is not my permanent address. I take the wisdom from your fire. I take the strength from your struggle. I take the compassion from your tears. And I leave the rest behind. I leave the shame. I leave the blame. I leave the endless cycle of regret. It is done. You are not a ghost to be banished, but a child to be integrated. You are the part of me that learned the hardest way. And for that lesson, I am now, finally, grateful. You have led me here to this moment of grace. You have led me home to myself. And so, with love, with reverence, with a peace that passes all understanding, I let you go, and I set myself free. Breathe that in, the freedom, the space, the quiet. This is the feeling of grace. It is not loud. It is a gentle dawn in the soul. Stay here for a moment. Feel the lightness in your own chest. Feel the stillness in your own mind. This is your truth. This is your home. The work is not over, but a great shift has occurred. You have picked up the pen of your own story. You have turned the page. The beautiful, sacred, and sometimes difficult work now is to write the next chapter. And you will write it not with words of perfection, but with actions of gentle consistency. You will write it with the way you speak to yourself in the mirror tomorrow morning. You will write it with the boundary you hold, the moment of rest you claim, the small, brave choice you make to invest in the woman you are now. Do not be afraid if the old ghost comes to visit. It will. Its path to your door is well worn. But now, you will not invite it in for tea. You will not let it take over your home. You will meet it at the door, and you will look at it with love, and you will say, "Thank you for the lessons you taught me. I have forgiven you. I am at peace now. You are welcome to leave." And one day, you will realize it hasn't knocked in a very long time. The space in your home, in your heart, is now filled with a quiet presence, a gentle strength, a deep and abiding love for the woman you have become. You are valuable. You are worthy. Your past is not a life sentence. It was a training ground. You have graduated. Welcome to your new life. If your soul is calling for a consistent place of peace and remembrance, I invite you to subscribe and join our sanctuary. You don't have to walk this path alone. You are welcome here.